Hello everyone, Josh here with Exodus Games, bringing you guys another Awaken Cast era video, and today we're going to be showing you how to reroll the fast way. And yes, it will still be, quite a bit of time to reroll in this game. This game is not going to be an easy reroll, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a long reroll process. There's currently 3 stages at which you can reroll in this game in the final closed beta test. Now, depending on if the release gives us codes, pre-registration rewards, etc., it's going to really depend on how fast we can reroll at launch. But right now, we can reroll in 3 different ways. And the first way we're going to be showing in today's video, and that's to reroll at story chapter 1-6 of normal, where we finally get to unlock summons, and then we're going to go ahead and do a few summons, and that will be our initial reroll. If you guys want the medium way, you'd go all the way to chapter 2-8 of story on normal and get your rookie summons, which is kind of like your draft summons, or selective if you will, where you get basically 5 multis of 5 units. The first one will guarantee a legendary, the second will guarantee just epics, and then the third will be a legendary, and then back and forth. There you go. And then the third and final method, which is the long method, which is what I've been doing here privately within the actual community voice chat for the Awaken Cast Era official Discord, we actually go all the way to level 10 on our account so we can use the Ace bonus code, which gives us an additional 30 summons. That's where we usually reroll to. It's a very, very long process. We're talking an hour roughly to do that, so it's really long. The method we're going to be doing today, hopefully we can knock it out in 15-20 minutes, give or take. We'll see how it goes, but it's not too bad if you do the 1-6 method, and that's the method I highly recommend. Now again, I do not know if we're going to be using the same gift codes we're using now, or if we're going to get new ones that are similar, or if they're going to give us pre-registration rewards or whatever. Those things will greatly help basically, speed up the reroll process. I don't know if they're going to give us any kind of skip tutorial or anything like that. Right now, there's actually a portion of the tutorial that is actually bugged out, so we actually can shave 2 minutes from our reroll time right now in the final beta. Now, they might fix that for the initial release, so the reroll process will be an additional minute or 2 for release, unfortunately, unless they give us a skippable option. We'll have to see. So there's a lot of things to consider, guys, depending on when you're watching this video. You might be watching this after release. You might be watching this right now. But here we go. Let's get started with the process, and hopefully we get some really good rolls here on this reroll account. Obviously, as usual, you want to go in with guest account. You don't want to bind this yet. If you played the beta and you spent money, you're going to be getting that 50% bonus. Obviously, you're not going to be re-rolling on those accounts because you don't want to lose all that money you've spent. But for everyone else, you're going to probably be re-rolling, trying to get the best units possible. I'm very hesitant to make a video on what to re-roll for because I don't know what unit rebalancing we're going to be getting at release. Some of the units that are going to be super strong might not be at the release, so we'll have to see. I'm still hesitant to do that. If I do that, I might have to remake it, so that's kind of why I don't really want to make one. So hopefully you guys and gals understand, but we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll make one now and then update it later. We'll see. It all depends. Every day is a different day. You feel different. You look different. You got older. You got more smarter and mature, hopefully. And things happen. So we're fighting Abaddon. By far, one of the worst dark and light units in the game. Oh, he needs a buff. He definitely deserves a buff because he has an amazing character design. In the 3rd closed beta test, just small little side story here while you guys are watching all this tutorial. I actually went for that guy hard on his banner. If you are playing this game in closed beta test 4, the final one, you will not, you've never seen this because they took it away. But in the 3rd beta, we actually had a banner which you could only do single summons for, and if you did 100, you were guaranteed to get Abaddon no matter what. Even if you pulled a legendary before then, the pity was not going to stop. You're going to do 100 pulls no matter what, and you're going to get a copy of him. I did 300 during the CBT 3. I tried to utilize him the best I could with the skill sets, maxed out. I tried to, of course, get his glyphs up to level 5, which I did, and I also went ahead and got him the, optimal gear. He just was not doing what I intended for him to do. It just was not scaling properly. It just wasn't doing enough. And that was when he was actually a blue unit, water or ice, whatever you want to consider it. And now he's a dark unit, so he's going to be a lot harder to pull because dark and light units have lower rates. And he's still just as bad. So hopefully the boy gets a buff because he wasn't good as a blue unit. And he sure as heck isn't good as a dark and light unit. So we'll have to see if they do, decide to go ahead and change what they're going to do with Borden. Like I said, there's going to probably be a lot of rebalancing character changes between now and release, I'd imagine. There's a couple units that I hope avoid getting nerfed, but we'll see what happens. It should be a very interesting time here, guys, for the next month or two while we continue this final closed beta test into release. And I hope you guys are enjoying these Awaken Chaos era videos. I will be bringing you guys other videos as well, first impression videos, my grading and all that. I'm still working on the website slowly. That's just a project that I've had to put on the back burner for the most part because it's just not a priority right now. I have other things I got to do. I want to get more videos out for Awaken because this is going to probably be my new main game that I've been waiting for almost a year for a new main game on the channel. That's why the channel's been kind of dry lately, but we're picking it back up. So for all those that have stuck around, I appreciate you very, very much. So funny enough, guys, the stage that we're doing right now, the dragon stage, this is the stage that was bugged out previously, so we didn't have to do this in the actual reroll process. It seems that they fixed it and they have pushed that patch forward here on the beta, so now we unfortunately have to do it again. And as cool it is to fight a dragon, okay, it's not so fun in a reroll because now it's just adding additional time to our reroll process. So apparently they did fix that bug. I have put it in as a suggestion. I have talked to the reps in the Discord, both Ace and Borden, about hopefully, asking the developers to perhaps, make the tutorial skippable. It's just not something that we really care about. Most of us players that are a part of the Gacha community, we've done a gazillion tutorials, and the last thing we really want to do when we start a new game is to do another boring tutorial. And I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but it is in fact boring. There is no redeeming traits or factors here with the tutorial. I would just like to do it, get it done, get it over with, reroll, and then actually go and enjoy and play the game. I don't like to be told to keep clicking buttons here and there, here and there, here and there a million times over. It's just not fun. I would also suggest just opening up the auto in the 2x speed right from the jump. There is no point to, hold that back at any point in the game. This isn't 2010 where, you got to buy a VIP system to unlock auto and 2x speed. We're well beyond that point. Every, gacha game is now expected to hold that standard of having an auto and a 2x speed, a 3x speed, skippable animations. That's just generic stuff. These are not special things anymore. So I would hope that, they just make those things, available right off the bat. There's no point because if you really think about it, you don't even play that long before they're unlockable anyway. So there's just zero reason to make you have to wait. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's not efficient. It's just going to make new players less willing to play if they have to reroll for longer periods of time because the rerolls are going to take too long. So, yeah, I would just say no, don't do it. Just don't do it. Just allow those things to be there, to be used. Let us skip this tutorial. If players are very new to gachas and they do need a quick, tutorial, then allow them to do the tutorial. I don't care if you give them like a bonus 100 gems to do the tutorial. Let them do it. That's fine. But for the majority of us that don't want to do it, allow us to not have to do it and let us skip it. That'd be great. That'd be very wonderful. All right, so we just got to work our way to 1-6 here, unfortunately. So it's going to take us a little bit. We're getting there. Like I said, it's going to take about 15-20 minutes, give or take, how fast your re-rolling is, how fast you're clicking. I'm obviously doing commentary and trying to kind of keep this entertaining because this is a very boring process, which I'm sure a lot of you know. A lot of you will probably be having, like, music in the background, watching something or whatever. You're going to keep yourself occupied during this process because it's very linear. It ain't like you got to do anything special. You just got to click a few buttons and, move along until you hit 1-6. And then you can go and do a few summons and you're on your way. Now, after you do your summons at 1-6, if you like what you get, you then want to go to 2-8 so you can get your rookie summons. Again, hopefully none of this changes between now and release. But you basically want to go to 2-8, and then you'll get your rookie summons, and then you want to select whatever units that you want to use for your particular team. Just because it's a legendary, ladies and gentlemen, does not mean it's the pull that you should choose. You're not just going to grab legendaries for the sake of grabbing legendaries. In this game, legendaries are not everything. There is, I would argue, there's a better collection overall of epics in this game than legendaries. And you can pretty much play the entirety of this game without ever touching a legendary as well, because of how, you know, diverse the epics are. There's even quite a few good elites, and I'm going to have a video either today, later, or tomorrow talking about some of the best elites in the game after all the various testings we've done. Hopefully, again, they don't change most of those units between now and then. They might, and if they do, I'll have to make an updated video. No problem. Even though I really don't want to have to do that, but sometimes it's needed. You know, in betas, things are being tested, obviously. They're taking our feedback and suggestions, hopefully, and pushing them forward and getting some things done for the better. To hopefully provide a great game overall for you, ladies and gentlemen, because if I want to cover this game full time, I'm going to need the support of my fans that follow the channel. And if they're not liking the game, they're not going to watch my content. And if I'm not liking the game, I'm not going to want to make it. So hopefully, for everyone's sake, they make this game the best it possibly can. It has great potential, and, you know, don't squander it. Push it forward. Take it to the moon. Not like Dogecoin, because I think that got closer to the core of Earth than it did the moon. So, yeah, we'll see what happens between now and then. Like I said, if anything major changes that's completely off track of what I've already covered or made a guide for, I will definitely try to, you know, make an updated one, you know, to keep you guys always in the loop. You guys know how we do it around here. If you've been here, if you're an OG, you know we deep dive into these things. We're very analytical. You know, we like stats, we like numbers. We like to, you know, break things down, criticize things, you know, give feedback, suggestions, give our personal opinions, all that good stuff. You know how it is. That guy, you know, he reminds me of a character. You know what? He should be, he would fit, honestly, Axel right there. He would fit in Resident Evil. He would fit in like a Ghostbusters movie if they went a little darker. He would fit in a Silent Hill. He could fit in a, what's another good one I could put him in? Maybe even Left 4 Dead if they ever make a Left 4 Dead 3. I mean, come on. Let's get that done. So yeah, there's a few places I could see Axel in, to be honest. He's got that look. He's got that look. All right. So we're just getting through this. Like I said, we got to get the 1/6 of story, and then we're gonna do some summons. I do not know, obviously, what how many summons we're gonna have available when release comes. Hopefully we get pre-registration rewards. I think that's gonna be highly required. It's gonna be a requirement. You need pre-registrations. Your game will not do well if there is no pre-registration rewards on day one. Free-to-plays will blow their lid. They won't know what to do. So make it happen. And another thing, while we're on the reroll process, at this stage of the game, everyone will pull a regular Kane. Can we please make the pull of characters available at this portion of the game random? Give me a random epic. Don't make it Kane. Don't give everybody Kane. I mean, the whole point of a gacha is for everyone to build their own teams, to be unique and creative, and discover new combos, new team setups for different types of content. And it's hard to do that when the first 3 characters you get in the game everyone has. And then if you include Kane, it's the first 4 characters. And I cannot believe all these random names are already taken. This is insanity. I'm just gonna have to just put in some random letters. Why not? Oh, I forgot to, yeah. It'd probably help if I clicked enter. You know, we are on BlueStacks for this. You can do this on your mobile phone, obviously. But on mobile phone, it's gonna be a lot more difficult because your account is attached to your device ID. So if you want to reroll, you're going to have to use emails. You're going to have to use Gmails, multiple Facebooks if you have those, which I highly doubt. So for mobile users, this is definitely going to be a lot more of a tedious farming reroll process than it is on an emulator, because we can just, you know, obviously create multiple instances without too much problem. But for everyone else, it will be a bit difficult. And I'm already feeling bad for iOS players because they always have a tough time in rerolling. So yeah, but again, back to my point, your first epic that you get from that summon, please make it random. Don't, you know, we don't all need Kayn, okay? Hopefully a lot of you understand where I'm coming from with that. I just, you know, I don't want the first 4 units in the first epic to be the exact same for everybody. I don't want people to assume that Kayn is good either. And I just feel like if you made that epic random, it'd be really, really nice. It would add a lot of diversity. It would also help with the reroll process, because starting off with a strong epic right off the bat would be phenomenal. Then you could, you know, perhaps go for dupes or anything like that, because we don't really need him. I mean, maybe he's important to the early portion of this story for the tutorial or whatever. That's fine, I guess, but I don't know. I just feel that, you know, most players aren't playing this game for story. We're playing this game because we want to create units. We want to try out new units. We want to summon. We want to try and grind through hard and difficult stages. The story's there. It's great. If you want to read it, you know, and understand all these characters' origins are and everything like that, that's awesome. That's fantastic. You know, I love stories too. It's just not my personal, you know, aspect that I'm looking into with games. I'm usually in it for just the numbers. I want to see what kind of damage I can perform, what kind of combos I can create. And I just want to build the best teams possible and then share that information with all of you here on this channel. But again, if you're a story buff, if you love them, that's fine. That's fine. It's just give us random units for the epic, or at least hopefully if we do get pre-registration rewards, at least give us like a select legendary or a select epic ticket, so we can at least, you know, get what we need to get. And it's not going to really be too much of a problem revenue wise for the company. Obviously they got to make money. That's perfectly fine, but you know, you don't got to be greedy. You know, just keep it balanced and we'll be fine. Players will come. If the game is good, the product is good, they will spend, they will play, they will share the information, they will tell other players to hop on the hype train, and we will make together, collectively, Ace a must-play game. Just everyone's got to do their part. All right, but yeah, that's just my little rant there. I just maybe it's just because I've pulled Kayn like a gazillion times because I've rerolled a lot, and I'm just kind of tired of pulling them. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you feel that epic pull should just be random? Just make it any random epic? Or do you prefer it just be completely tied into the story and it always be Kayn? Alright. So, I'm going to go ahead and pop this spell. Kill these real quick. We're going to be able to reroll after this stage, ladies and gentlemen. We are finally getting there. We're like 18 minutes in. So like I said, the reroll process is about 15-20 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer depending. And this, and keep in mind, guys, this is the shorter reroll process. This is the quick way. This is the quick way. Imagine if you did what I've been doing in the long way, where you're going all the way to chapter 10. And I do have some strats on how to get to chapter 10 fairly quickly after you beat 2.8 of story. There is a couple strategies that you can, you know, take advantage of that'll help you get to level 10 quite fast. All right, so final wave. Then we can reroll. And then I can talk about a couple more things for our closing statements. And then we can get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. And I do appreciate you. If you've watched all the way up to this point, thank you so much.
Are you ready for this?
All right. Go ahead and hit this. We are almost at the promised land. We are at the pearly gates. We are ready to go. We've waited almost 20 minutes for this moment. And it would have been about 2 minutes faster if we didn't have to fight that dragon. Alright. Going to pop this spell again. There we go. We've conquered 1/6 of normal story. We will unlock Zack. Zack's over here pledging his allegiance to us. You know, he's chasing the waifus. He knows what's up. He's got Celine and Evelyn chilling. And I don't like Evelyn. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. I don't like Celine. I'm not a fan of Celine. Her kit is really whack. Hopefully they give her a buff. She actually needs it. Well, you'll see what happens to Celine later on if you do follow the story somewhat. You kind of have to because it's part of, like, you know, the linear progression that you have to make. You will see what happens to Celine. I'm not going to spoil it for you new players out there. Alright, so there's our free copy of Zachary, who's an OP unit. He's very amazing as an elite. Absolutely worthwhile building up. And alright, so you're going to be getting, you know, whatever various rewards we get, pre-registration rewards, if there's any gift codes available that they give us. I'll show you guys and gals quickly how to put those in. So you go up here, go down to settings, you go to account, and then you click redemption code, type in your code. Like right now we have Ace, you know, let's do the Facebook one. We have Ace Facebook, right? Just go in and pop that in, redeem your rewards. We also have Ace DC. Now, keep in mind, these codes may not be valid at launch. There might be different codes. There might be no codes at all. And we might only have pre-registration rewards. I don't know. So keep that in mind. But I'm just showing you the process of how to use codes if we do have any, or if these ones are still active. Okay? So then we're going to go up here to our mailbox, collect any rewards that we may or may not have. Hopefully, we'll be collecting a lot of pre-registration rewards at this point. I want to see a lot of good stuff, guys. Alright, so we're going to go and claim all that. And I think that's everything last I checked. And, oh, we got to claim the 1,000 that we got recently, which is really helpful for re-rolling in this beta test, which is awesome. So now that we have that, we want to go to the bartender. We want to go down to the diamond shop. Make sure you always buy the 3 discounted summons every week. It should reset every Monday, depending on whenever your work week starts. Should be Monday, Tuesday for some of you perhaps, maybe even Sunday night, depending, I don't know, but it's basically every week. Alright, so now we're going to go back to the story real quick. We don't need to collect those. We're going to go back to the story, and we're going to go, go back here, and we're going to grab our 50. I think that's all we can get, unless we beat all of Chapter 1, but we're not doing that for this strategy. So we have 1,300 that we can go in and buy. We're going to go back to the bartender. Now, again, these numbers will vary. The rewards will vary depending on if this is released or if it's still in the beta that you're re-rolling on. We don't know. So keep that in mind. Your summons will vary at this step, okay? But you can go down here to your crystals and you just, you know, click how many you want. You can hold it in if you want to. That's fine. We're going to grab those summons. And then we're going to go ahead and back out. And we're going to go to summon. And you can do single summons if you want, or multis. If they add a pity to multis, which I hope they do, I'd prefer we get 1 epic per multi. Yes, I think that seems fair, especially with the fact that the rates are very, very bad. 1% for legendaries, 10% for epics, and 89% for elites. Now, there are like a handful of elites that are actually very, very good, but the rest are not good at all. So, pulling a bunch of elites can, after a while, get pretty depressing. So, we're going to go ahead now and do 2 multi-summons. Well, actually, we'll do our 3 singles first. Now, cool trick, if it's going to be an elite, you can just hurry up and click quick on the screen, and then it'll just hurry up and do the summon for you. But now, if it does this, to where you can't skip it, you're going to be getting at least an epic or better. Preferably, we want, you know, a legendary. So we can at least get one. And oh my goodness, we pulled the boy Zatlux. Now, this is one of the units I hope they do not nerf. Please. At worst case, make him a legendary and I'll be fine with it. But do not nerf this man. This dude is a machine. Alright, so there we got, in our 3 summons, we got 2 elites and an epic. So we actually summoned above the rates right there. Alright. So we have 2 multis to do. Let's do the first one. Okay, the first one's going to be at least an epic or better. If you see a big golden ring in the sky, that's a legendary. If not, it's just going to be an epic. And we're just getting an epic. So we got Ricard, or as I like to, well, I'm not going to say the other name. We did get a Raven, which is a little bit harder to pull because obviously she's a dark unit, even though she's an elite. There's also Axel as well. I don't know if they're going to add any others. And some of these units may not even be here at release. We'll have to see. Hopefully release gives us a banner, like a raid up banner for a really good unit to start with, because that would really help with the reroll process. So, yeah. All right, let's do our next multi. Okay, we're going to be getting at least another epic or better here. And we're not getting a legendary, so we got a bit shafted. We got Lunar Melissa, though. That's one I have not been able to try. And there you guys go. So, that is the reroll process, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, this is the quick way. I know that sounds funny considering we are over 25 minutes into the video at this point, but this is in fact the quick way. Now, if you want to do the medium way, you would go to chapter 2.8 of normal, beat it, collect all your rewards, and then you're going to go ahead and grab your rookie summons, which you'll be able to select between 5 different multis and choose which one you want. Now, they may change that again for release. I just hope a lot of this doesn't change, but we do get more rewards. That's what I want to see. The long way is if you go to chapter 10 and put in the current ace bonus code, which gives you 30 summons. Again, that method may or may not even exist at release because I don't know if that code will still be valid or if it's still going to require you to be chapter level 10. Or I'm sorry, level 10. I don't know what I meant by chapter level 10. We're going crazy here, guys. We're going off the rails. Let's get it back on track. And let's go ahead and get out of here. So I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to make a video maybe today or tomorrow about some of the better elites available in the game. So we'll see what happens. Hope you guys are enjoying these videos. As always, don't forget to subscribe, check notifications, and join us in the description below. And follow me on Twitter at XSPlays. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.